Buenos dias. Buenos dias. What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. So, I believe it. I believe it wholeheartedly. I believe it wholeheartedly. So, happy. What's today? Tuesday? What today's Wednesday? I don't even know my days right now. The days have definitely passed me by. Okay. I want to let y'all know. Today's Wednesday, okay. Ooh, excuse me. So I want to let y'all know that so last year I did a mid-year report for all 12 zodiacs. This year I'm going to do a mid-year report for the collective of what we can expect in the world and what we can expect for ourselves. I have a meeting in about like 20 minutes or no, like 20 something minutes. So I wanted to come on here and just give y'all a little bit of energy for today. First of all, please be very cautious. Be very cautious. Be very alert. Be calm. Be discreet about this week. Okay, I'm telling y'all. That energy of young boy when he was like 30 days straight. That's how I feel. Like we gonna be in this. We're gonna be in that energy. Okay, but not everybody's gonna be in that energy. Not everybody's gonna be in that energy. Not everybody's gonna be in that energy. So therefore, you need to make sure you are protecting that joy. You know, that's one thing that young NBA. You know, he a little sassy, but he don't let nobody break his joy when he feeling it and he in his groove, when he in his energy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like that straight. He don't let nobody bother him. Another thing that y'all probably need to focus on this week, or you know what I'm saying, honestly, until the rest of June, you need to be drinking warm lime water. So they got me back on my warm lime water. You also need to be investing in yourself. So therefore, it's just like you need to go get certain things done that align with your higher self. If you listen to my podcast and you are a little bit oh no, right? He be no. So that energy is very serious because outside is going crazy. Okay, outside is very it's chaos. Okay, there's chaos. Okay, but the thing about it is, this is exactly when I was explaining to you guys. It's not that the world is going to get easier. It's not that the world is happier. It's not that the world ain't shit but going through destruction. The world ain't nothing but going through big shit right now, okay? It's us that has to make sure that we are understanding how to create peace in the midst of chaos, okay? This is something very important to pay attention to because of the fact of there's a lot of like just a lot of rampage energy. There's a lot going on in the media. You know, about the submarine people and all these people and all these things. Like it's a lot of that energy. It's a lot of that energy. And what's happening is there's a lot of glitches right now happening. Okay? It's a lot of glitches happening because there's an audit happening in the collective. All right? The audit that's happening in the collective is basically allowing us to see what else needs to be taken care of. What else needs to be addressed. What else, like it's an audit. I'm trying to tell you, it's an audit, okay? Because we did not forget. Okay, this is just the beginning. The South Node in Libra is about groups. These are groups of people. The government, groups of people. Families, groups of people. Collectives, races. These are groups of people. These are groups of people. So the audit is happening to make sure that we don't miss anything. But this don't got nothing to do with us. So you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you know, stay out the way. Like, stay out the way. Like, get out the kitchen. And you know what I'm saying? When your grandma and them all be cooking, you know what I'm saying? You can come in, you can taste the food, but you need to hurry up and move because, like, it's so many moving places. You know, your auntie over here, your mom over here, your sister over here. Like, everybody is in the kitchen moving. That's how it is. Come get your sample of your food. Come try this a little bit. Sneak you a little piece of chicken. Sneak you a little piece of cake. Sneak you a little this. And you got to get out. You can't stand there in the midst of all this movement. You have to be very flexible right now. The energy that I feel is flexibility. Okay? The only way to be able to survive the transition between the effects of what's happening and the structure is going to be flexibility. A lot of people are going to miss that. It's going to go right over their fucking head, through their braids and through their scalp. Okay? If we have seen the effects of how our energy is now implemented into society, we see the effects of how other people have now been, you know, they've been exposed. And we've seen how other people purge, and we're seeing how other people deflect. Deflection, projection, miscommunications, a lot of contradicting energy is coming up to the forefront right now because anything that is contradicting has a lack of structure. Let me say it again. Anything that has contradiction lacks structure. So at any given point, you see any type of contradicting type of things, I'm trying to tell you, is because there is no sturdy foundation there. Okay? We're about to get to the point where we're asking certain people about, you know, like how much of an ally they are to you. I think the biggest thing you guys are going to realize is that God is placing your team together. He's placing your allies near you, whether it's on the phone, whether it's in person, whatever it is, your allies are being handpicked by God. You no longer have any type of say-so of who the allies that you need on your team, because you don't understand all the capabilities that each of those people have. Each person has a different capability. So if each person has a different capability, like their own superpower, it makes me think of like all the Marvel shows. It makes me think of the Army of Thieves, okay? If you remember when I told y'all to go watch the Army of Thieves, they all had their own specific thing, but they had to allow themselves to be brought together. They came from 4 different worlds. They had to be brought together. The dude that was the one that he could crack any code, they found him on YouTube. This is what I'm trying to tell you. It's groups of people. It's more people involved, okay? Since there's more people involved, that means that you have to understand there will be nothing in these allies or these, you know, peace treaties and these situations that are going to contradict themselves. There's going to be an agreement across the line. Like, everything is in one accord. Everything aligns. Like, it goes straight across. It makes me think of when you put something in something and sometimes, like, you know, you could miss a hole or something. No, this literally, you throw it in there and it goes straight through all the holes. So it's like, stay out the kitchen while other people are moving in the kitchen, because you're going to mess up the flow. The energy has always been about the momentum. Just because the North Node is coming out of Taurus, that does not mean just because oh shit, what was I about to say? Fuck, I don't know. But don't let I can't remember what I'm about to say, but don't trip. Okay? I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to give you like bits and pieces and summaries of what's going on so you'll be able to align yourself, okay? Stay out the kitchen. There's a lot of movement going on. There's a lot of exposure happening, okay? It's Don't get me wrong. Is it stuff that we need to see? Yes and no. You know what I'm saying? And what I feel like is, if I could just be very honest with you, I think God has tried to wake us up in a different way so we aren't surprised about what we see. You know what I'm saying? So when we see things about, like, finding out, like, the glitches, and we find out that certain people in certain houses is, they're animals and aliens. I feel like the way God is trying to open our perspective and expand our mind is so we're not shocked. But in reality, like, I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. It don't really got nothing to do with us, That's what I was saying about, like, make sure you guys are allowing your soul to lead you to what you need to eat. Like, the gut health this year is very important. What did I tell you about the dairy? Watch the dairy, because dairy affects your gut, okay? All these things affect you, like, seriously. So it's just like, and your gut is also ruled by Virgo. If we're all trying to understand how to be a Virgo, Virgos have a lot of gut issues. So it's just like, you need to make sure you're clearing out your gut and keeping that as a priority, so your light can shine where it needs to go. If right now the whole world is lighting up and we can see darkness, that means, don't you think you need to have the flashlight to be able to maneuver so you don't walk into darkness? So, like, a lot of the things that's happening in the media, it don't really concern us. A lot of people want to be concerned with what's going on, but it don't have nothing to do with you. It don't have nothing to do with you about them people in the damn boat down yonder. It don't have nothing to do with the sirens. It don't got nothing to do with any of that. Like, it has nothing to do. That don't got shit to do with us. That don't have shit to do with us. And see, this is the part of Aries energy, because Aries are they're very dominant. Y'all know me, I'm a very dominant person, okay? But, like, in reality, I don't really care about shit that don't got nothing to do with me. That's another part of people learning this independence, and that polarity of selfishness. It's not selfish that I don't care to worry about what you got going on. It ain't got nothing to do with me. What the fuck that got to do with me? This isn't a we problem. This is a you problem. Who the fuck is we? And I'm going to keep saying that, because that's exactly what we're about to step into. We're about to step into energy where it's like, this ain't no us problem. These are you problems, and you have to take care of this. The government issues, these are government issues. We don't got shit to do with it. So what you involving yourself in that for? You over there researching about, certain shit. You getting into debates with people and shit. What that got to do with you? To know something, to just have the awareness of it is one thing. To actually invest yourself in certain information is just stupid. It doesn't involve you. You need to focus on what you need to focus on right now. That is a big thing I keep hearing. Like, seriously. Because we're all in this new energy, and we've been knocked into it head first. If you get knocked into something head first, that means that whatever you get knocked into head first still has to process from the head to the feet. Like, this information still has to process from the head to the feet. So don't think just because your head is in the game don't mean that your whole body doesn't have to follow with the head. The head might be the source of everything, but without the head, baby, the body is nothing. So this is the part that I'm trying to get everybody, like, in alignment with, because of the fact that so many people, a lot of people are stuck right here. And what chakras are right here? The heart, the solar plexus, and the sacral. They're stuck right here. Meanwhile, we understanding that this shit has to go from the top to the bottom. We understanding that this shit has to flow through all of them. So if you're gonna be stuck just right here, you're gonna be losing. You're gonna be losing. You're gonna be losing. We're understanding that these were the three that we had to heal to be able to implement the other energies of this and this and this and that. Well, the root. If these wasn't healed as a pathway, that means that we weren't able to fully allow these to be illuminated. So we realize, okay, well, I got to heal my confidence in myself, and I got to heal my intuition and my gut feeling about things. Then I have to feel the way I feel about it. Make sure I feel good about it. Make sure I trust in my heart. What is my heart telling me to do? And then I got to trust my emotions. Am I opening myself up to giving and receiving? Am I allowing reciprocity to happen on the emotional level, physical level, financial, spiritual? Once these three align, because it's funny how it's three of them, okay? This is feminine, the sacral is feminine, and the solar plexus is masculine. So there was already a battle of there being too much emotions in this mix anyway, okay? So now that we've healed this part to be like there's a balance between, because the heart is the portal between spiritual and physical. So once you actually have aligned this and you understand this of truly like on both parts with your ego and your spirit, now you can see everything from a higher perspective. You know exactly what to talk about and who to talk to and what to say and when to say it, okay? And then your mind is able to process what is actually needed at this time and what you just need to be aware of. There's a big difference of what you need to know and what you just need to be aware of. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like when the streets, you go somewhere and Wazi or Waze tells you about like there's construction over here. You just need to be aware that it's construction. It's not that you need to know what they're doing on the road. You don't need to know. You just need to be aware. One thing that a lot of Aries don't lack is self-awareness, because they're a warrior. People of war have to be very aware of their surroundings, aware of everything. An Aries that lacks awareness is a dangerous Aries, because they're impulsive, they're rude, they're nasty, they're violent, they're corruptive, or they're disruptive, whatever. Aries that are healed or they're healing, they have a very high sense of self-awareness. That's why they don't care about constructive criticism. That's why they don't, you get what I'm trying to say? They realize that about themselves. That's why I'm telling y'all, Tammy Roman is a prime example of that. When we met Tammy was knocking bitches off at the table. Tammy said, I'm not going to let you do that to me no more, because she's now gained a sense of self-awareness, because we know we could be a whole raft. Okay? This North Node in Aries that's coming, it's going to be a big raft. And awareness is at the top of the list that people lack. People lack a lot of self-awareness. So it's like I kind of want to be like, so class, what did we learn? We learned attachment styles. We learned boundaries. Okay, we learned the things about us, the expecting that we have based off our traumas. We've learned things of what our parents have given us that didn't even align with us. We've learned that certain people have projected and deflected, and they've manipulated situations to give you puzzle pieces that you didn't have in the first place. They gave you these things that weren't a part of you in the first place. So what have we learned, class? We've learned to keep our little part of our little thing, clear. That's what we've learned. We've learned this. So you're only as strong as the information that you can implement. You're only as strong as the information you can implement. Just because you can consume information doesn't mean anything. You can't implement the information into your physical reality. Y'all gonna have to watch this back, because I know it's a lot of words. And I'm having to say it in a specific way because of the fact of you're going to have to understand what I'm saying, not understand. Y'all know I don't give a fuck about that under, inner, and around, but this is something inner. Like, this is something that you're going to have to process differently, because that's how things are happening right now. Things are happening in a way where you like, wait a minute, I got to process this differently. Because that's how you are in this new energy. You have to be able to process information. Because let's be honest, I told somebody, I said, I realized why certain readers and certain spiritualists and certain teachers that I was aligned with when I first started, and then I wasn't aligned with them anymore, and now I'm back aligned with their messages. Because of the fact of the entire year that I had to basically detach myself is because I had my own downloads to give, which, to be honest, I couldn't allow my subconscious to be fogged up with other people's downloads and other people's information, because if you've been following me long enough, you know I had hella information. You know I had hella predictions, hella prophecies, hella downloads. I just had a lot of them. Like, it just was always blah, 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 blah. I just had a lot of information that I had to process and speak. And I had to be able to make sure that I could create my downloads into words. So now we go back and we watch a lot of my old videos, and them old videos is happening right now. That energy is happening right now. It's like, bitch, how did you know that? I don't know, but I couldn't. It's like something in us, and I'm gonna say this as in my collective. Facts. I'm gonna say in my collective, we're just so far ahead. So sometimes with us being far ahead, we kind of, and this isn't a bad thing, God says, but right now you can't do it because of how the energy is shifting. See, when the North Node was in Taurus, it was a godly, conscious type of energy, right? And it was feminine energy. So it wasn't really abnormal to believe in something you couldn't see. It wasn't abnormal to be talking about things on a godly frequency because you were an energy of the Lord, okay? Now that we're going to be in the North Node of Aries, Aries is Mars. It's a masculine sign. It's a fire energy. You have to make sure you aren't consuming unnecessary information, people, and places and things. The consumption level of what you need to actually intake is going to be a very different ratio now. See, when the North Node was in Taurus, a lot of the information that we got was to help us awaken to this frequency. It was help us to awaken to who we are on a higher level, to connect with something different. Okay? Now we're going to be in the energy to where we have to implement the information that we receive in the world. You no longer can just sit back and watch the frequency of things and whatever. Now you're going to be in the midst of it. So you got to pay attention to make sure you don't walk over there. You got to make sure you don't, you know what I'm saying? I keep saying this scenario, and I said this before. It's a game where it used to be a game on the computer. And you would click the little blocks, and the blocks would black out, the thing. And then if you click the wrong box, a bomb would blow up. That's what I see. I see that. So God is like, you need to make sure it makes me think of like, what is it? Battleship. It's a game, Battleship, where the person has to send the thing and they got to make sure, that they don't hit a bomb, or, it's a game on iCloud game, or it's an Apple, whatever the fuck them games is. But it's a game where, like you send things over, and it just like, you got to make sure that, it doesn't, no, it's not a Battleship game. I'm sorry. It's the paintball game, where the paintball is like the people behind the paintball, and they shoot a target, and it basically you're trying to guess to see where the person is behind the target. Please tell me y'all know what game I'm talking about, because that's the game that I see in my head. And that's, you go based off instincts. This is a lot of instincts. Minesweeper is the bomb one, I think. Boom. And it's that paintball game on the iCloud. Go on your Apple thing. Go to your game Penguin and hit that little paintball game and play with somebody, and you'll see what I mean by that. The anticipation, the instincts of like what's behind this and what's here, what's under that door. Pay attention, okay? Another thing to pay attention to, like I said, the gut health is a big thing. Another thing to pay attention to is pay attention to. A lot of the glitching that's happening is happening with electronics, okay? Pay attention. Honestly, learn to be without the phone. Learn to be in environments and with people, and keep the phone in the purse. I know we want to take pictures all the time, and that's fine. I'm not saying don't take pictures, but I want y'all to just start doing that. Start being without the phone, okay? Start being without the phone, okay? Because in war, they didn't have digital things all the time. Sometimes they have to rely on the walkie-talkies. It makes me think of how soldiers are in Iraq, what they have to deal without. And it's funny that military TikTok and army TikTok are a really big thing. So maybe just go on their TikTok to see how they are when they're over there. Certain things are different. It makes me think of, like when they're all in the army and they have like 18 computers, and they have to like basically go to the computers in cycles. Like I don't want to reference this to jail, but it's like that, where they only have a certain time to Skype, and sometimes the connection isn't strong, and sometimes, you know, things. So it's just like you need to get used to the phone, leave the phone. You know, get used to calling, or get used to, you know, telepathically understanding the signs. I saw the signs and it opened up my eyes. I saw the signs. Start getting used to that. Okay? A lot of discretion. God says it's a lot of discretion. It's a lot of shut up. Shut up. Okay? And you know, God really don't talk to us like that, but he's saying shut up. All right, I got a meeting in a couple minutes, so let me just get this, and then I'll come back later, and we're going to do the mid-year report of what the world is going through. The Pathfinder, the Wolf, and the Pink, and the Puffin, which is partnerships. Okay? Release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. And then we got the Puffin, which is partnerships. It says, accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. As you embody the wolf energy, it allows you to find people that are also on a wolf, like a wolf pack. Okay, so I'm gonna save this so y'all can rewatch it back. Take a lot of notes. Okay, jot a lot of the notes down from this live, because you're just gonna remember, be like, OG said something like this. OG said something like this, because the situation is gonna reflect itself. Okay, or you're gonna see it in society. So it's just, you know, just remember that. All right, I have to go. I have a meeting. I love you guys so much. If you're not signed up on Patreon, you better ask the Lord to help supply you some money so you can get on Patreon. Seriously, because Cancer season is full of secrets. Cancer season is full of exclusive energy. Okay, seriously. I don't know about y'all. I don't know about other people in the community of spirituality, but I know for me, God told me a lot of your messages are very a lot of your messages are very like your collective. Keeping your collective very informed. Keeping your collective very in tune with things. That's the energy that I got. So if you know what I'm saying, you need to really ask God that. No, keep the winnow. I'm actually trying to change the price of winnow so it's cheaper for my collective. Because you can only have winnow if you have tier 2 on Patreon. Oh, I'm getting very exclusive. I don't give a fuck. It's linked with Patreon now. So they're going to take $3 out. They're going to take $3 from winnow. And then they're going to take $22 from Patreon. It's still going to be $25. But I had to break it up because they wouldn't let me do it. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I'm working that out. Trust me. I'm making it so y'all won't have to worry about so much. Because, you know what I'm saying, I want to make sure we understand that this is very exclusive. This is very exclusive. So I love you. I will see y'all later. If not today, I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm going to do one live on... I'm going to do a live on YouTube for the, I'm going to do July's Fairy News on YouTube, and I'm going to do the mid-year report on Instagram, and then you probably won't be seeing me on these platforms as much, okay? So, toodles.